What's up, girl? Welcome to the Thick Fit Nurse Life podcast. And today we are talking about stopping the quick fixes because your weight loss journey has been a lot like a leaky faucet that you've been ignoring this whole time or just trying to do quick fixes for, and it's not working. So let's talk about it. My name is Coach Indy, and I help other nurses be able to lose 30 to 100 pounds without having to cut the carbs out of their diet or have to track the grams of their carbs. So I want to talk about today how to be on a more sustainable journey, because quite honestly, the journey that you've been on has just had quick fixes. Like, you've just tried to cut out carbs altogether. You've tried the keto. And honestly, keto was not made for weight loss. It was not designed for weight loss. What it was made for is for cancer patients, for patients with epilepsy, but it was not designed and created for sustainable weight loss. And it's not that you can't do keto for weight loss, but there's going to be some major repercussions around it. And some of that comes from the fact that our body, its primary source of fuel is carbohydrates, because our cells use glucose as fuel. Like, that is our primary way of getting energy. And so many of you moms and women and caregivers and nurses, you already talk about how fatigued you are. Why would you want to put yourself in a more energy deficit than what you already are? A lot of people cut all carbs altogether, and they feel like super fatigued, super sick, even like flu-like symptoms. And so you don't want to put yourself at that disadvantage if you're already suffering from energy issues. And then another reason why keto was never designed for sustainable weight loss, and it was actually designed for, again, epilepsy and cancer patients, was because it's not a long-term approach. If you love carbs, if you have a sweet tooth, if you love sugar, there's honestly nothing wrong with that. It's honestly your body trying to tell you something, whether that's you have like a gut imbalance, such as candida or yeast overgrowth that needs your attention, or that you need some healthy sources of carbs that it's craving, such as like rice or yams or sweet potatoes, or other healthy carbs that it's craving for fuel, or that it just needs more energy. So there's so many signs that you could be ignoring. But then the thing is if you do cut all the carbs, but you love carbs and you have the sweet tooth, it's not going to be sustainable because you're creating this restriction. And whenever we create restriction in our life, then it later leads to binging and overindulging and going overboard. And whenever you overeat, it causes weight loss. So that's the opposite of what you want. And then when you do add those carbs back in, the issue is whatever weight it is that you lost, once you add those calories back in from adding the carbs back in, then guess what? The weight from those calories is going to come back. It's going to come back. And so it's like a yo-yo, literally, just like a yo-yo. And so earlier today, I was vacuuming, and this is an illustration, by the way, that will correlate. I was vacuuming, and I have one of those Bissell Crosswaves, and a lot of people know that that's not a cheap vacuum. They're like $250, $300. I don't know what they run now, but they're generally pretty expensive. And my Crosswave has been broken for quite some time, and I've just been doing like these quick fixes on it just to try to get it to work. And I literally like YouTubed the mess out of it today and got it fixed. but it's been broken. It's been broken for months, so to speak. And so the thing is that a lot of you guys may be treating your weight loss like a leaky faucet. Like you may, just like my Bissell Crosswave that was broken for months, and I tried to do these halfway fixes on it. A lot of you guys are doing these halfway fixes on your weight loss journey. You're treating it like the leaky faucet that you just put the bowl underneath there and let the bowl catch it, and then you dump the bowl later, or put some duct tape put some duct tape around the faucet. But you can't do that. That's not sustainable. That's not going to work long term. And a lot of the people that I talk to have quite a bit of weight to lose. My clientele that comes to me, generally when they come to me, they have 50 to 100 pounds to lose. And so that requires like some professional help, because whenever it is that you want to stop doing something, you want to stop binge eating, you want to stop, overindulging. Anytime we want to stop doing something, but we can't, that's what you call an addiction. And food addiction is real. So think about it this way. Like when you do have that leaky faucet that you can't quite fix with the duct tape, that you can't quite fix with just putting the bowl underneath the sink, then that's when it's time to call the plumber. That's when it's time to call the plumber. You may not want to pay his $150 an hour or $200 an hour, whatever it costs to have a professional fix your leaky sink. But at the end of the day, the duct tape and the bowl that's underneath catching those drips of water is not going to do it long term. And that's much like how you guys treat your weight loss journey. When you have 50 to 100 pounds to lose, but don't seek out the mentorship, don't seek out the professional help that's needed in order to stop the food addiction, stop the yo-yo dieting, and stop the quick fixes. So, implementable advice is have a moderate carb approach and eat all the healthy carbs that you want. For me, sweet potatoes and rice and oatmeal are a few of my favorite healthy carbs. And I put butter and sugar on mine because I want it to taste good. And so I know stevia and other sweeteners can be an option as well. Whipped cream, for instance, is like 25 calories per tablespoon. So there's ways to still have sweet, healthy carbs in your diet that's not going to throw you off track. Okay. Another thing, implementable advice, is make sure that you're getting enough fiber in your diet with fruits and veggies. Fruit can also satisfy that sweet craving, maybe even with whipped cream or some type of sweetener, or just by itself, honestly. But that fiber is going to help your gut health and bring it back into balance. And once your gut health is in balance, then it becomes a lot easier for those cravings to go down. And then also like an 80-20 approach. And that 80% of the time, eating for your goals, 20% of the time, having those fun foods, because again, you don't want to create so much restriction where you end up binge eating. So I hope that this helps. Don't cut carbs out all the way. It's your body's primary source of fuel. It's actually going to be able to help you to be able to push in your workouts, for you to have the energy to get your step counts, for you to have the energy to be a caregiver, for you to have the energy to be a mom, to be a nurse. And so don't cut it out. Just have a moderate approach. Everything in moderation is fine. And I hope this helps. Again, my name is Coach Indy, and I help other nurses be able to lose 30 to 100 pounds without having to cut the carbs or count the grams of their carbs either. So if you want to learn more about what I do, then DM me a Thick Fit Secrets. If you are watching my podcast, please rate it 5 stars if you enjoyed this content and got some really good advice. And that way it will help me to be able to get my message out to other nurses that need to hear it. And I will see you guys next time. Remember that it's faith, consistency, and hard work that's going to get you to your goals. And Coach Indy signing out. Bye.